Do you want to tell the story of Betty and Barney Hill? Starting,
I
this just starts on September 1961, right?
That is correct. My aunt and uncle were returning home from a short vacation to Niagara Falls and Montreal when they were in upstate New Hampshire, and a UFO first looked like a star-like object, but then later swooped down and was within 100 feet of their vehicle above the highway. My uncle had to stop the car directly in the front of the road and in the middle of the road. And he got out of the car with his binoculars, looked up at the craft. He was a confirmed skeptic. He did not believe this was possible. He stepped back for a better view. And when he did, the craft moved to an adjacent field and he followed it down the road and into the field. There he looked up and he saw entities that he described as being somehow not human looking back at him. All of a sudden, all but one turned and walked to what appeared to be a panel. Their arms went up. And when this happened, little fin like structures began to slide out from the craft with little red lights on them, and something started to drop down out of the bottom of the craft. We know today that that is sort of a carrier beam that absorbs the human when it strikes them. And Barney became so terrified that he tore the binoculars from his eyes, breaking the leather strap in the process, and went screaming back to the car, telling Betty they had to get out of there or they were going to be captured. As he was entering the car that he'd left running, the interior lights on, the door open, he noticed that the craft was heading in his direction. Within a few seconds, he and Betty heard a series of code-like sounds, buzzing sounds striking the trunk of their vehicle. It caused their car to vibrate and for kind of an electrical tingling sensation to pass through their bodies. In fact, Betty felt the metal on the car to see if she would get an electric shock, which she did not. But she and Barney began to lose track of where they were. They went into a sort of a semi-altered state of consciousness.